Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today it's time to get aboard the hype train. That's right, today's beer is pretty synonymous with just excitement, to be honest. This is Putty from Verdant, depending on your pronunciation, and they release this once a year, and every year everyone gets very, very excited about it. Now, I got my can from Twisted Hops, which are a bottle shop down in East Anglia. I even bought one of their glasses actually, because they do these nice long stem Allegra glasses. The only problem with it is I can't actually fit my hand in to wash it properly, so there are a few little watermarks on there, but we can just ignore that for the time being. But yeah, this is a double IPA, 8%. It's got Azaka, Galaxy and Mosaic hops in it, and they brew the same recipe every year. Mark's Beer Reviews did a live tasting with the owner of the Twisted Hops bottle shop, and he talked a bit about the history of the beer. Basically, they've never changed the recipe, it's the same year on year. This year was a particularly limited brew. They kegged more of it, not much in can, and yeah, it's just, you know, it was kind of the first big expression of what a double IPA could be from a UK brewery, and as a result it's got a bit of history and fanfare along with it. I'm not the biggest fan of double IPA, so I felt a bit contrived about buying it given how many people really wanted to get their hands on it, but I did manage to get a can, and well, I can't sit there and say it's no good without tasting it, can I? So let's give it a go. Before we do then, a quick look at the can. Fantastic bit of artwork there. Putty Verdant, and let me spin that around. I think they change the can design every year though, and as to say, that is a beautiful bit of design. Love that. In the glass then, it's proper thick, hazy, kind of orange custard looking. I mean, look at it, just look at it. It's absolutely, yeah, it looks solid. So you can't see anything through it. It's absolutely just solid colour. It looks very appealing, solid white head on it. Let's find out what the aromas are. Instant traditional double IPA, which it should be, because kind of this is the traditional double IPA for the UK market at least, and soft, melon, peachy, touch of tropical fruits but not especially bitter. Smells like it could be quite sweet, and actually, for all I've said about it, I think I might enjoy this quite a lot. Stone fruits, tropical fruits, touch of pineapple, mango, touch of melon, peach, nectarine, all those, just little bits of everything really throughout. Let's just get straight into it. Cheers. Okay. I've seen a few reviews of this where people have said, is it the best? Not really. Is it worth the hype? Not really. And then they've said, am I going to buy it again next year? The answer is yes, absolutely. And you know what? I've not had it in previous years. This is my first experience of it, and I've always shied away from spending decent money on double IPAs because so many of them just aren't for me. This is probably the first time I've spent £8-ish on a can of a double IPA. Plenty of impies and other stuff, but on a double IPA, I think this is probably the first time, and I have to say, that is actually a very well balanced beer. I can't knock it. I can't knock it. I'm actually enjoying that. It's very nice. It's got a bit of bitterness, quite sweet, good stone fruit kind of aftertaste, and it's both hopped up to the eyeballs, but not too much. It's not too intense. It's balanced as always, which is ultimately a great beer has to be, and it is. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Right, let's try, given how complex the flavour range is in this beer, a quick top to bottom taste test. So initially, pretty low carbonation, almost flat on the front of the tongue, a little bit sweet. Second phase, Bit more carbonation comes in. Still remains quite sweet. It's quite unusual. Most beers of this style change at that point, and then this one stays pretty neutral until it gets to the back of the mouth just before you swallow. Big flavour spritz, big bit of bitterness, combined with what I can only describe really is quite mellowed out citrus fruits. Bit of lemon, a little bit of grapefruit, but pineapple. It's more pineapple actually, in that it's kind of acidic but monitored, if you like, and a bit of peach and the other sweeter notes in there as well. And then on the finish, it dries your throat out a little, and you're left with a tiny amount of residual bitterness, but a nice amount of earthy stone fruit flavours. More earthy. I mean, I've seen this described as dank, and while it has dank properties, in today's beer scene, I don't think it is especially dank, to be honest. It's got a bit of that slightly wet, herbal, earthy nature, but it's more stone fruit than it is the proper dank, resinous quality of something like Sierra Nevada's Dankful as a prime example, obviously. It's monitored in every regard, naturally. The mouthfeel is absolutely fantastic. It's low carbonation, but it doesn't come across as flat. Silky smooth. Really, it's just solid in that regard. The mouthfeel, the texture, the substance of the beer is absolutely spot on. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think I'll buy it next year. I'll be honest. I actually am really quite enjoying this. Right then, let's take a look at the can. So on the front, the big P just says Verdant Brewing Co. On the side, Putty, and then on the back says Putty, DIPA or double IPA or DIPA, 8% vol, hot cold side, Azaka, Galaxy and Mosaic for the hops, and then the ingredients are water, barley, wheat, oats, hops and yeast. There's all sorts of branding on here. Drink fresh, hops fade fast. Well, this was only delivered yesterday, so it's fresh. Verdantbrewing.co is the website. Brewed and canned in the UK, in Penryn, and there's not really much else on here. It's vegan friendly. It says Putty with Alex May Hughes. I don't know who he is or what he had to do with it, but that's, I guess, the issue with not reading the back of the can before you do a review. There's a QR code on there. If anyone wants to scan that and see what it says, I'll hold it up to the screen, see if that can. You should be able to pick that up. But yeah, it's a pretty standard double IPA, but in the best way. Under the can, it says it was canned on the 17th of the 1st, 2022. It's the 29th today, so it's really not very old, and it's best before the 17th of August. So it doesn't last too long, but I guess that's the hop content. And underneath it just says "up the put," which make of that what you will. That focus, there you go. Up the put. So yeah, I am pleasantly surprised. I did pay nearly £8 for this. It really should be good, and the good news is, it is. Now, would I pay £8 for this more than once a year? Probably not, but double IPAs aren't really my suit, so it's been open a little bit now, and it's actually just changed up. Everything I said before is still true, but there's more of a dank, resinous quality about it now. It's been left open for a minute. It's quite getting a little bit earthier on the finish there, and at the back of the tongue, which is interesting. It's still very nice. It's still delicious. I'd recommend everyone try it. Is it hype train worthy? No, it's not really. I mean, it's not the best beer. It's not. It doesn't even crack my top 10 for the year. Not even close. But Again, it's personal preference, so for some people I'm sure it would. But I am having a nice time with it, and that is really all that matters. And I think that is all I have to say about it as well. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you haven't already subscribed, if you would be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.